I tested all of the best laptops for programming of 2026, and in this video, I am going to rank them in a tier list based on their value for money, overall performance, and more. Links to all of the products will be in the description below. Asus ExpertBook B5 B5405. This feels like a serious workhorse for coding, with those Intel Core Ultra chips and tons of RAM options, so multitasking and heavy IDEs run smooth without breaking a sweat. I like how lightweight it is, and the battery holds up well for long coding sessions, but the integrated graphics and business-focused design make it a bit boring if you want power for anything beyond dev work. It's built more for professionals and corporate devs who want reliability over flair, and honestly, that's exactly what it delivers. I'm comfortably putting this in the good tier. Microsoft Surface Laptop 7. This one just feels premium every time I open it, and the efficiency of the new chips makes coding all day on battery way more realistic than I expected. The keyboard is fantastic for long typing sessions, and the screen is gorgeous, but limited ports and some compatibility quirks can annoy certain dev workflows. It's perfect for web devs, students, and anyone living inside VS Code in a browser. For the overall balance of performance and portability, I'm putting this in the great tier. Acer Swift 16 AI. This gives me a lot of performance for the money and handles multiple apps, containers, and browsers surprisingly well. The large display is great for splitting code and docs, but the build and speakers feel a bit mid compared to more premium machines. It's ideal for budget-minded developers who still want strong specs without paying flagship prices. I'm landing this one in the good tier. MSI Prestige 16 AI Evo. This feels like a sleek coding machine with solid performance and battery life that easily gets me through a full workday. The lightweight design and big display make it comfortable for long programming sessions, though the glossy screen and average AI features don't always impress. It's best for developers who want a thin 16-inch laptop that can still handle serious workloads. I'm placing this in the good tier. Apple MacBook Pro M5. This thing just demolishes heavy coding workloads, compiling fast and staying silent while doing it. The battery life is ridiculous, the screen is stunning, and macOS is still a dream for development. But yeah, it's expensive and not for everyone. If you're doing serious programming, especially in creative or full-stack environments, this is basically top-tier territory. I'm locking this into the God tier. Acer Nitro V16 AI. This packs serious CPU and GPU power for the money, so compiling code, running VMs, and doing heavy multitasking feels fast and smooth. The high refresh display and discrete graphics are overkill for pure coding, but nice if you also game or do GPU work. Battery life and portability aren't amazing, and it leans more gaming laptop than clean dev machine. I'm putting this in the average tier because it's powerful, but not the most programmer-friendly daily driver. Microsoft Surface Laptop Studio 2. This handles dev work and creative tools easily with strong CPUs and optional RTX graphics, and the flexible design is great if you like sketching or using touch. The keyboard and screen are genuinely nice for long coding sessions, but it's pricey and heavier than most dev laptops. Battery life is fine, not amazing, and the form factor won't be for everyone. I'm placing this in the good tier since it's powerful and unique, but not the most practical coding machine.
Asus ProArt P16. This absolutely flies when compiling big projects or running heavy workloads, especially plugged in, and it handles creative tools and dev environments without compatibility issues. The 4K OLED screen and huge performance headroom make it feel like a workstation, but battery life and thermals can hold it back on the go. It's a beast for serious programmers who also do creative or GPU-heavy work. I'm confidently putting this in the great tier because of that raw power and versatility.
Dell XPS 14. This feels like a clean, premium coding machine with strong performance and surprisingly long battery life for its size. The new hardware keeps up with demanding workloads while staying thin and portable, and the display and keyboard are excellent for long dev sessions. It can get expensive fast, and you won't get massive GPU power, but for programming, it nails the balance. I'm putting this in the great tier since it's a near-perfect productivity laptop. Apple MacBook Air M4. This runs insanely fast for a thin and light, stays silent thanks to the fanless design, and the battery life easily lasts a full dev day. Compiling, coding, and multitasking feel effortless, and the portability makes it easy to carry everywhere. The limited ports and 60Hz display are small annoyances, but the performance per watt is ridiculous. I'm placing this in the great tier because it's one of the best everyday programming laptops you can buy. Dell XPS 13 9350. This one feels insanely premium with that super compact build, gorgeous OLED options, and a crazy lightweight chassis that's perfect for coding anywhere. Intel Core Ultra chips and up to 32 gigabytes RAM make it fast enough for IDEs, Docker, and tons of browser tabs without feeling slow. I do hate the limited ports in that weird keyboard layout, but the battery life and portability keep pulling me back. I'm putting this firmly in my God tier because it's such a slick coding machine for travel and daily dev work. Lenovo ThinkPad E16 Gen 2. This is more of a practical, budget-friendly workstation that gets the job done without feeling flashy. Performance is solid for programming tasks and multitasking, but the display and build don't scream premium, and it's not the lightest thing to carry around. I like the upgrade options and value, though it definitely feels more entry-level compared to the others here. I'm placing it in the average tier, since it's reliable but not exciting. Lenovo Yoga Pro 9i. This feels like a powerhouse ultrabook with a stunning high-res display and strong Intel performance that handles heavy coding, compiling, and multitasking easily. It's sleek and powerful, but the battery life and price can be a bit rough if you're always on the go. Still, for developers who want performance and a premium screen, it's a killer option. I'm comfortably putting this in the great tier because it balances power and style really well. Lenovo ThinkPad T16 Gen 3. This one leans heavily into the classic business laptop vibe with a big screen and tons of room to work in code editors all day. Performance is solid for programming and productivity, but it doesn't feel cutting edge, and the battery life and efficiency aren't the best in class. It's dependable and comfortable for long coding sessions, just not super exciting. I'm putting this in the great tier because it's reliable and practical for serious dev work. Lenovo ThinkPad X1 Carbon Gen 13. This is one of those laptops that just feels perfect for developers. Super light, crazy well built, and packed with performance for coding on the go. You get strong Intel Core Ultra chips, great battery life, and one of the best keyboards ever made for long programming sessions. It's expensive, but the portability and productivity experience are next level. I'm putting this straight into the God tier because it nails everything I want in a coding laptop. Dell Inspiron 14 Plus. This packs strong performance for coding with modern Intel Core Ultra chips and a surprisingly sharp 2.2K or 2.5K display that makes long coding sessions easier on the eyes. The keyboard feels solid and the thermals hold up decently, but the battery life isn't amazing when you're pushing compiles or running VMs. It's a great pick for students or devs who want power without spending flagship money, though it's not the lightest machine to carry daily. I'm placing this one in the good tier. Lenovo Yoga Slim 7i Gen 9. This is sleek, light, and very portable, which I love for coding in cafes or while traveling, and the OLED panel is ridiculously crisp for reading text and UI. Performance is solid with Core Ultra chips, but sustained heavy workloads can throttle a bit compared to thicker machines. Battery life is respectable, and the build quality feels premium, though ports are somewhat limited for dev setups. For portability-focused developers, I'm putting this in the good tier. Lenovo ThinkPad P16s Gen 3. This feels like a proper workhorse with strong Ryzen or Intel workstation class options, loads of RAM configurations, and the classic ThinkPad keyboard that's amazing for long coding sessions. It handles heavy IDEs, containers, and virtualization far better than most thin laptops, and the port selection is fantastic for docking setups. It's not flashy and can be a bit bulky, but reliability and performance are exactly what I want from a dev machine. I'm confidently putting this into the great tier. Samsung Galaxy Book 5 Pro 360. This is super thin and versatile with its 2-in-1 design, and the AMOLED screen looks fantastic when you're coding or designing UI. Performance is good for most dev tasks and light containers, but under sustained heavy loads, it's not as powerful as chunkier laptops. Battery life is impressive, and the build feels premium, though the shallow keyboard might not be for everyone. For flexible, portable coding setups, I'm putting this in the good tier. Acer Nitro V15-52-76NK. This brings solid raw performance, thanks to gaming-class hardware, so compiling and running heavier workloads is no problem. The downside is battery life is mediocre, and the design is bulky, which makes it less ideal for carrying around every day. The display and keyboard are decent, but not amazing for long coding sessions compared to productivity-focused laptops. Because of the trade-offs, I'm putting this in the average tier. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best laptops for programming for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.